What is going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. My name is James Ward and I'm going to talk you guys through exactly how you can still build muscle mass and get faster at running simultaneously. Generally speaking, there are a few misconceptions in relation to be able to run fast and still being able to build muscle mass. I think this stems from watching the Olympics and seeing some of the Olympic athletes that are running, and they tend to be very slim, not a lot of muscle mass on them. And this is true. If you want to be able to run at your peak, if this is your absolute priority, then you want to be able to gain strength but not build muscle mass, because ultimately having more muscle mass is going to require more oxygen, meaning that you're going to be running a little bit slower. However, I think there is a misconception on the other hand between people looking to gain muscle mass and they don't want to run because they're scared that they're going to lose all of their gains. Now, you can still run a lot and still gain muscle mass. And on the other hand, you can still lift a lot and run and still gain muscle mass. However, if you do want to run as quick as possible, you don't want to gain muscle mass, but you can absolutely gain strength without actually building too much muscle mass. And I'm going to tell you guys in this video exactly how I choose to run up to 50 miles a week in my marathon training prep, and how I'm still managing to be able to maintain my physique, maintain muscle mass, and even build muscle mass on top of that. If that's something that you guys are interested in, don't forget to drop the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's jump into the video. I like to wake up relatively early. I'm generally an early riser, to be honest, but once I'm up I like to come round slowly. I'll do a little bit of meditating because it just makes me a little bit happier, I find. So I'll do that for around 10 minutes and then I'll set myself a few daily goals of what I want to achieve. I find this gives me like a real incentive for my day. So once I've done that and I'm happy with that, I'll make myself a black coffee. I've got here some nutty hazelnut beanies flavoured coffee. So I tend to fast throughout the morning, to be honest. I go out on my first run fasted, so I'll wake up, have my black coffee, see what the Premier League's saying, a bit of football gossip, and once I've done that I'll do some mobility work before I go out on my run. I don't like to run as soon as I get up in the morning, because I find having a lack of tension in the muscles, they're a little bit relaxed from all the REM sleep, so I like to let my body wake up naturally. And I do that by doing some mobility work before I go out on my run. So I do some general bodyweight mobility work, and then I'll roll out on my foam roller as well. And I have like a lacrosse ball that I roll my feet out. And then on my foam roller, I'll roll out my calves, my hamstrings, my glutes, my quads, and my lower back as well. And I find by doing this, it just primes my body and gets me really ready for the run, being able to run as efficiently as possible and ultimately being able to run to my potential. So by doing all of these things, I'm going to be able to perform as well as I possibly can on that particular day. So I'm going to have my black coffee and then I'll show you guys my mobility workout currently.
For me to say you love. It's not for me to say you love. Go with the brothers, boo, you know how we do. It's
me to say.
Mobility workout is done. I feel great. The weather is absolutely perfect for some intense running. So I've got some anaerobic runs today. I'm going to do a 3 kilometer warm up, and then I've got 2 sets of 800 meters, 4 sets of 400 meters, and another set, 4 sets of 200 meters with a minute rest between every interval, and then another 3 kilometer cool down, so it equates to 10 kilometers overall. I'm on target for 50 miles this week, or 80 kilometers. I'm excited for this one. Doing these speed runs really helps with building my speed in running. Like, it makes it a lot easier to be able to run at a certain pace, because I'm strengthening my heart, making my cardiovascular system a lot better, a lot more efficient. And not only am I making physical gains, physical advantages, doing these, like, it really helps the mental side of running as well, because you're getting comfortable with feeling uncomfortable, because these runs are horrible, but I've really learned to love them. So I'm excited. Let's get it. I'll see you guys on my GoPro, where I'm going to take some shots down a canal. Oh my god, look at the state of this. What I'd do for some footage. It's like, coming through please, thank you.
She a city caller, want a big baller. Got no Fendi or no Prada, sayonara to them bro boys. She was only after money makers, not no hoe boys. I'm a scrub in the club, trying to grab a piece of her.
The amount of looks I'm getting. Right, 800s down, feeling good. 400s and 200s to go.
This honey ain't interested. Kinda funny cause my money's been invested. Not no garms, ain't no charms, I can grab his check. I told my homie they don't know we about to come through and just damage this. I used to kick it with a Spanish chick.
Starting to feel in a little bit now. The last set, I'm gonna go all out on this one. About to have some fun on this, I think. I'm gonna try, 69 was my second set. So I'm gonna try get like, I don't know, we'll see. I might impress myself. Let's get it, last set.
Got no Fendi or no Prada, sayonara to them bro boys. She was only after money makers, not no hoe boys. I'm a scrub in the club, trying to grab a piece of her pie. No lie, I've been trying to holler all night, all night.
$65. My 400's improving massively, honestly. In comparison to that video I done running a sub 25k with my training methods, and I was showing how I was doing 400 meter intervals. I was running around mid 70s then, and granted it was on a square track and in grass, so you got to kind of accelerate and okay, I can't even talk. You got to accelerate and decelerate. Is that a word, decelerate? I don't know, let's just go with that, you know what I mean. On all the bends, so you got a lot of pick up pace again. That's obviously a straight line, so that mimics like an athletic track. I feel like I could break 60, I really do. But yeah, got 4 more, but yeah, got 4 more 200 meters, and yeah, I'm excited for this. Again, I'm just gonna do 3, and then I'll see you again where I'll do my last set, and I'll try and get a new PB, but we'll see. That was a really good run, I enjoyed that. That was a tough one today, but thoroughly enjoyable. My post-workout meal is some overnight oats here that I've just left soaking overnight, hence the name. I've just left soaking in some unsweetened almond milk, and I've got a mashed banana in there as well. And it's brown because if you're not new, you know, if you're old to the channel, then you'll know I am a cinnamon fiend. So I've got an awful lot of cinnamon in there, and I've got a whole fresh mango here as well that I've just cut up, diced up nicely, some coconut water, and then I've got some whey protein. I can drink whey protein pretty well, it doesn't tend to upset my stomach, so I've got whey protein in here, unflavoured, just so I've got no crap in there or anything, no flavouring sweeteners, and I've got some creatine in there as well. So this is quite a carb rich meal, and I'm going to put some smooth almond butter on there as well. I'll put 30 grams of that on there. The supplements I've used, I laid them out on the table for you. I've just got a general multivitamin just to cover all bases. I've got some pure cultures which are good for like good gut bacteria, and just generally like looks after my stomach. When I'm eating a lot of food, a high calorie diet, this tends to really help with my digestion. And then I've got some omega-3 fish oil, so many benefits to these. With a lot of running, it really helps my joints. It basically acts as a lubricant between your joints, so it helps with like arthritis. And as well as that, it's good for like brain health. And then I've got some vitamin D and calcium tablets here. Vitamin D, obviously with COVID, vitamin D is meant to be one of the best vitamins you need. And in England, where I live in London, a lot of people are vitamin D deficient because obviously we don't get a lot of sun here. A lot of time people are working indoors, like myself. I work in a factory. These are absolutely essential. So I'm going to tuck into this and begin the time lapse. So that was meal number one. I'll put the calories and macros on screen for you now. The reason why I have this meal is, well, today for example, because I was doing more of an anaerobic run, a faster paced run, I'm naturally going to be burning more carbohydrates. So with that in mind, this is why this meal is so carbohydrate rich. I do have a little bit of fats obviously from the peanut butter, but apart from that, there's not a lot of fats in this meal. I've got protein, obviously in a protein shake, and creatine, which is a form of carbohydrates. The reason I take creatine, there's a lot of health benefits, and it is, to be honest, it's probably one of my favourite supplements, and it's dirt cheap as well. It really helps with my performance, helps keep me strong in the gym. The mango, the fruit, is kind of quick releasing carbohydrate, so I've got that just to quickly replace my glycogen levels that are a little bit low at the minute after my first run. And the oats is more of a sustainable, slow burning carbohydrate, and the fats is obviously just to get a little bit of fats in my system. This is why I have a very carbohydrate rich meal number one, because I was just burning carbohydrates. So I have to replace the carbohydrates that I've just burned, as well as give me enough energy to be able to lift later on in the day. It really is as simple as that. So it's kind of like calorie expenditure, and then I've just got to basically, my intake has to match, if not do more. So if I want to build muscle, I have to consume more calories than I'm expending. So there we are, that was meal number one. So I'll see you guys for meal number two. Meal number two. Here I have a half side of salmon that I've cut in half, so a quarter side of salmon.
Boom! 2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
I've got some green beans as well that I've shallow fried with some salt, black pepper and some garlic. And then I've got some roasted sweet potatoes, that's 250 grams raw weight sweet potatoes. And I've cooked that with a little drizzle of olive oil, salt, black pepper, paprika and some fresh rosemary as well. The salmon's cooked with salt, black pepper, fresh dill, chipotle chili flakes and a little bit of cayenne pepper on the salmon. So this is meal number two. I'm going to start the time lapse and then tuck into it. always goes down a treat, that does. I find the salmon and the sweet potato just digest really well with me personally. I like to have this kind of as a pre-workout meal, so like a midday meal. I don't want to have something too heavy in a day, so like generally I'll kind of gradually increase my calories, so my heaviest meal will be later on in the day. That's just something that I prefer to do to find out my performance in running, and especially when I'm in the gym. I don't like to be too bloated, and I find it makes me a little bit lethargical. I just feel like I'm not as agile, not as quick. I find that's a great meal for like a midday meal. And I've got to take a quick walk to the supermarket, and then I'll see you guys in approximately a couple of hours or so, where I'll have a pre-workout before I start doing my weightlifting session. Currently on the way to the supermarket now, and I thought I'd share with you guys exactly how you can still stay flexible and putting on muscle mass. Like I said, I think a lot of runners don't want to lift weights because one of the reasons they think they're going to become stiff. And gaining muscle mass doesn't make you become stiff. But I think the reason why people think that is because the DOMs of lifting weights will make you sore or stiff the next day, but it's not actually the amount of muscle mass that's making you stiff, unless you just become absolutely ridiculous at, like, you have massive biceps and it like ruins your range of motion. There are numerous examples of guys who have so much muscle mass and are still able to be incredibly flexible. Like I can think of a couple of guys in MMA. You have Alan Englaney and then you have Yoel Romero, two guys who have so much muscle mass. Just don't drug test them on the off season. These are guys that have so much muscle mass and can be so flexible at the same time. So for any runners that are cautious about losing flexibility or mobility through weightlifting, as long as you still do your stretches and do your mobility work, you're not going to be losing any flexibility as such. You can actually still become more flexible and gain muscle mass as well. It's just a case of being disciplined in your stretches. So meal number 3, something quite light. There's not a lot of calories in this meal. I've got 150 grams of natural bio Greek yogurt. I've got 1 apple, which will give me that quick releasing glycogen, that quick releasing carbohydrates, which is exactly what I need. And as well as that, you probably saw me put a little bit of chocolate on there. I've got the 95% dark chocolate. So this dark chocolate has some caffeine in it. And as well, obviously darker the chocolate, you're not getting a lot of sugar in there. I think there's like 2 grams per 100 grams in this dark chocolate, so barely anything. So that is just basically pure caffeine. So that will give me just the kick I need. And I've got a few pomegranate seeds, again, more quick releasing glucose. This will give me the energy I need and be nice and light so I can work out to my full potential. And let's tuck in. There we have it, guys. That was meal number 3. A nice quick and easy meal just before a workout. It doesn't have a lot of calories in this one, but it's very enjoyable and it's going to give me everything I need in order to be able to have a great session in the gym. So the way that I like to work out when I'm in the gym with my running, like for tomorrow, for example, I've got a 28-kilometer run, so I'm going to need my legs to be underneath me. Now, like I was saying earlier, with some runners kind of believing that having muscle mass is going to make you stiff, and I was saying how that doesn't actually matter, but the DOMs will make you stiff. So the way that I avoid DOMs, or kind of minimize them as much as I possibly can do, is I will still go to a rep range that I'm going to be able to build strength, but I'm not going to increase the volume of my reps. So I'm not going to rep to failure, for example. Say if I can get 10 reps to failure, I'm going to go to around 5 or 6 reps. This way, by me doing that, I can accumulate more reps over the week because I'm more fresh. So say, for example, if I'm doing 5 reps or 6 reps today, and tomorrow I can do 5 or 6 reps, but if I was going to 10 reps and then I can't do 1 the next day, over the week I'm going to have more reps. So because I'm not bodybuilding at the minute, all I'm trying to do is maintain my physique, but build strength so that when I run, I'm not like hindering my running, I'm still going to be fresh. And tomorrow I'm going to need my legs underneath me, I'm going to need my core underneath me on deadlifting today. So if my lower back and hamstrings are sore, then obviously your core and your legs are the main muscle groups when you're running. It's going to be like an uphill battle from the start. So like I said, I'm trying to improve my athleticism overall, and I'm trying to not be as sore as possible tomorrow. Right, so this is my fourth and final meal of the day post-workout. In all honesty, I'm normally a little bit earlier than this, well, quite a bit, a couple hours earlier. But I think with the filming, it's kind of all added up. So normally I'd have this post-workout smoothie straight away once I got back, and then I'd let this kind of settle for about an hour or so. There's not a lot of calories in this, but once I've had this, I reckon about an hour's time, and then I'm hungry again. But it's just a sheer volume of it. I tend to not eat at the same time as this, but I'm running out of time. It's currently 10 o'clock. I didn't start eating till about 2 today. I was a little bit late. So I'm still within my 8-hour window. And as well, the sheer amount of vegetables I have in here, because it's all blended up, I can consume a lot more than I would be able to if I was just having them throughout meals, so I can get more vitamins and minerals in my diet. When I have this, I just feel great in general. Another pre-made dish, I've got some 100 grams of raw basmati rice. It's not raw, just weighed, you know what I mean. I've got some beef as well, 250 grams, and then I've got some chili, spring onions or green onions, and I've got some asparagus and shiitake mushrooms as well, which have been shallow fried similar to the green beans earlier, some salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of butter in these as well. So I'm going to tuck into this. I normally have some fats with this, avocado, but I saw this Moroccan hummus in Tesco and I had this a few weeks ago and it's absolutely unreal. So for my fats, I've gone for some nutty Moroccan hummus, and that's going straight on here. And I am going to devour meal number 4. It would be 5 meals like I said, but because I'm running out of time, I'll just have it all in one. That's honestly a little bit heavy having them both together, but I'll slowly take my time sipping on this last little bit. And there we have it. That's a full day in the life of myself being able to run around 50 miles a week and still being able to gain and maintain muscle. I hope I've been able to make it a little bit clearer for you, being able to understand that you can still gain muscle as well as run a lot. You know, if you haven't seen Nick Bear, I mentioned him in a previous one of my videos. He was originally a bodybuilder and he runs and he's chasing a sub 3 hour marathon, so it absolutely can be done. It's just, it is a lot of hard work and it is a lot of calories you do have to consume, but ultimately if there's a motivation to do it, then it absolutely can be done. And I hope I've helped make it a little bit clearer for you guys. Hopefully I've helped educate some of you as well, because I know when I watch YouTube videos I'm there to be educated, so hopefully I can repay the favour to some of you guys as well. I'm going to do a few more food challenges and stuff running related and weightlifting related, and I tend to cover a lot of topics, or I want to cover a lot of topics. I want to start covering a little bit more martial arts stuff as well once I'm done with the running, so stay tuned. There's going to be a lot coming from this channel in the near future. I've really enjoyed making this video, to be fair. It's like a normal day in the life for me, but I think when I'm like showing it on a video, so it's almost like I'm talking to someone here, I think that all the stuff that I'm doing this for, when I'm saying it out loud, it resonates in my head why I'm putting the work in, and I think it just like, it helps me, to be honest, stay motivated when I'm making this content. So thank you guys for tuning in, because it does help me stay motivated, stay disciplined by making these videos. I have noticed actually it has a positive effect on me. Yeah, much more to come from this channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you next time.
Been grinding for mama and papa, bro. Can't wait till we see us some proper though. Some hunchos they keep it 100, no. Fake ones around me want money like Saudi. Feel no way to go block a hoe. Don't take man for no average Joe. GISCI with a